Today I have a video for you where this is quite possibly going to be the easiest quilt that I have ever made, and probably the fastest as well. And it's going to look pretty cool. Let's get started here. What I need for this is I need a layer cake, and I only need 10 of these. And so I have 10 different fabrics here that I've decided to curate into this. So this kind of a project is what we call a stack and whack or a stack and rearrange project. And so for this, I am going to cut 2.5 inches. And first of all, I'm going to make sure of what our sizing is. So it looks like it's just a little bit bigger than 10 inches. So I'm going to position that right there. And so for this, I'm going to use a bigger rotary blade, but you could always just take 3 or 4 of them and do this, and then just go down through with whatever regular blade you have. But I am all about the speed tonight, so I am doing it that way. And then I'm just going to carefully rotate that. There we go. And then what I want is I want 5 inches. Okay. I think that would be pretty good. All right. So we have our pieces here. Oops. There we go. Okay. All right, so we have our pieces here. And then here's where the rearrange part of stack and rearrange, or stack and whack, comes in. So I'm going to take this one, and I'm just going to peel this one down, 2 of them. Okay. And then I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to peel this one down to, let's see, let's peel it down to that one. And then, so this one was 2 down, or the 3rd one. This one was 4 down, or the 5th one. So we're going to go for 6 of these down. There we go, or the 7th one there. All right. And then this one we can leave alone. And so now I'm just kind of looking at it. It's I think I want to actually move something a little bit here. So I think I will go ahead and I will put that one on top. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So that way I have, these 2 are the same print, and then these are different prints. And then just looking, that's pretty good. And that's pretty good. So that would be let's see, like that. Oh yeah, I think these are going to be pretty good. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these over to my machine, and I'm going to sew these. So I'm going to go ahead and put these onto my cutting ruler here, onto my quilting ruler here, and this will keep everything together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew these 2 pieces and these 2 pieces, and then I want to keep them together. Alright, so now we have these units all sewed up, all stitched up, and I've kind of done a preliminary sort of organizing to try to get these in shape. And one of the things is that I want to have this look, you know, fairly symmetrical, I guess, from one end to the other. And so that means that there's going to be 4 of these of the smaller cuts that aren't used at all. So this is going to go into the scrap stack. And then 2 of these are going to end up going onto the ends here. So whatever end where you're finishing with the short ones, then you're going to put the final kind of partial blocks and you're going to put that onto there. And with this, since I did not press these open, I pressed them to the side, and that way I could nest them really easily through the machine, and that makes it so all these points are really, really nice and precise. And so the way that looks on the back is I have them all pressed the same way. So what I did when I was pressing them was the left one, I was always pressing it that way. The right one, I was always pressing it that way. And then that meant on the back, I could go ahead and I could always press them that way from the back. And then doing it that way, I can release some stitches and spin the seams. It'll make it real nice and flat. And so I do need to trim these. I've already trimmed these. I've already trimmed these 4. And then I need to trim these guys down, these 2 end pieces. And so the 2 end pieces end up being 9 inches this way. And then they will be, let's see, they will be 7, they should be 7.5. So that seems like that. And I want to basically make sure that this seam here is going to work for that. So I have that. Oops. And I have that. Okay. So that one is all pressed. And that will end up going with that one. So those are both pretty straightforward. And then these, I want to get all of these trimmed up. For this, I have put some tape where I want to have ruler lines match up with the seams here. Like my 9.5 is right down here, so that's really nice and handy. So if I do it that way, so I can do it, I can line it up like that, and then like that. And that looks pretty good. Okay. And then we just clear all of that away. And then I put it to the other side here. I have this matched up pretty well. And then I need to match on this line here. So what I'm going to do to just kind of help myself out is I'm going to go ahead and take a little piece of tape. And I can just use my blade to cut a little bit off of there. And then I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to put that up there. And then that way I can just visually reference really fast. I have an extra piece of tape, so I can just put that there. That's fine. And so I can just visually reference really fast where I need to match the ruler lines with my seams. And by doing it this way, it's going to make it so that when I put this together, that everything should match up pretty easily. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these trimmed. So here it is. Here's how it looks. And I'm going to make this up into a table runner. That made up very, very quickly. Nice and colorful. It all coordinates because I used a layer cake. You could totally just use your own stash, and it'd be a great stash buster that way as well. So if you need a really quick project, this is a great way to go. Double it, you get a great crib quilt. So if you got a quilt that you need to make up for a baby shower, new baby gift, that kind of a thing, then this is a great option. So I hope this gives you some interesting ideas, and see you next time.